Buckle up because this is a crazy one. My ex, we'll call her Beck, and I had been together for nearly 3 years, and we were living together since March of this year. We are no longer living together. To note, we are in our early 20s. In June, Beck broke up with me because she wasn't able to give me the relationship I deserve and felt that I deserved better. I would have believed that she had good intentions if it wasn't for the fact that a week later I found out she had been cheating on me with a coworker of hers, who she is now dating. I confirmed this via their text messages and a friend, Al, of theirs, who I am grateful for. Al explained the timeline of their relationship. The following day after I discovered the messages and met up with Al, Beck overheard a phone conversation I was having with a different friend about the situation and got mad at me, saying how she didn't cheat and being upset about how went through her messages. This ultimately culminated in her physically assaulting me, where her sister, Kaz, was able to record some of it. Kaz was also living with Beck and I at the time, and she knew of the situation at hand. This resulted in the police being called and a family violence intervention order being placed on my ex, Beck. This has since been reduced to a limited order following a visit to court. A few days ago, Al, the same friend who explained the timeline, reached out to me, saying that Beck wanted to reach out to me in order to clear the air and to get closure on our relationship. At the time, I said that I would think about it. However, I'm very hesitant to reach out due to a few reasons. 1. I've already had my closure. Everything that happened, including the cheating and the assault, was my form of closure on the relationship. 2. I don't trust my ex. I don't really believe that Beck is reaching out from the goodness of her heart. I think there is some ulterior motive behind her reaching out. I suspect this because of her character and how she treated me during the relationship. 3. I don't believe that Beck is genuinely remorseful for her actions, because after everything had happened, I learned from a separate friend of mine that she has been slandering me, talking behind my back, and being untruthful about the events that took place. 4. I've been in a much better place both mentally and physically following the breakup and the subsequent events that took place afterwards, and I think that reaching out would ultimately undo the work that I've done to build myself back up. 5. Beck and I have been broken up for a month and a half, which I believe is way too soon for me to entertain reconnecting with my ex, regardless of what they did to me afterwards. Ultimately, I don't believe there is any benefit to me interacting with Beck again. However, I've never been in this situation before, so I wanted some outside perspectives. Wibta. If I didn't talk to and reconcile with her? Then I found that the original poster said this in the comments. Thank you everyone for your comments and support. I was already pretty set on not entertaining her offer, but this just reinforced that for me. Some additional points for those interested. 1. She was blocked on all social media the night she assaulted me. All the information I've gotten about her is from friends of mine who also know her. 2. We don't share the same friendship circles. She made me unfriend all of her friends, most of which I didn't care about all that much, but I did refriend a couple of them who I was close with. Inkiel, Al. 3. The limited order states that she cannot abuse me in any way, she cannot destroy any of my property, and she cannot get someone else to do that. I would have thought that was a given, but hey, at least now if she does that, she will get in a lot of trouble. 4. The person she cheated on me with was a friend of mine too. I'd asked him whether anything was going on between them and he said no, and of course I trusted both of them. 5. Whilst the comment about making her drive an hour to meet her only to ghost her did make me laugh, I've already gotten enough material from her and her actions, so I think I'm set for a while. 6. I don't consider myself to be a vindictive or heartless person, so I don't want to do anything to her or anything like that. I can be quite petty though, so I'll just let karma do the work for me. Now, for a few comments before the update. Comment 1. No, she's just going to lie. She cheated, let her go. Nothing good can come from a conversation with her. Only bad things like her accusing you of things or messing with your emotions. Comment 2. NTA. You don't have any obligation to subject yourself to more of her abuse. You are entitled to time and space to heal. And you're probably right. Reconciliations requested by people like this are usually some sort of a setup, most likely to try to emotionally manipulate you if not drag you back into being abused. Comment 3. Report to the police and court of her contact because it probably went against the court order. Also, document the information and try getting a restraining order if you don't have it already. After that, go back to living your life because you already got closure, so you don't need to talk to her, especially if it's going to take you to a bad space. Now, for the update, and if you're enjoying the video, hit that like button. Hi everyone. Thank you again for all of your advice and support in the previous post. I really did appreciate it a lot. The reason I even asked in the first place was because I wasn't sure how exactly to go about the situation at hand, because this was my first serious relationship. And honestly, considering how Beck, my ex, treated me during and after the relationship, I think my sense of what's considered reasonable and what's a red flag in a relationship has been really shaken. She exhibited a lot of red flags in the relationship that I brushed past because I genuinely wanted to be with her and I thought were things that every relationship goes through. Before I get into the update, a couple of notes from the comments I received. 1. To the people that suggested I get with her sister, Kaz, it did give me a good chuckle, but that is not something I will be exploring, now or in the future. I appreciated everything she did for me, and she is a good person, but she's not my type and I'm not interested in her. Plus, I'd feel a bit weird getting with my ex's sister anyways. 2. To the people suggesting that I do something petty, that is making Beck drive an hour out of her way only to not show, etc. Again gave me a laugh, but I don't really consider myself a cruel person and don't want to do anything mean or rude to her. The most I want to do in terms of revenge is to just live and enjoy my life without, and reach a point where any mention or sight of her gets a reaction of indifference from me. 3. To the people having a go at me for calling the police after Beck was assaulting me, that was disappointing. It is not weak for someone to call for help if they are being abused, regardless of gender. I didn't want to retaliate because 1. I don't feel comfortable throwing hands at someone, and 2. I didn't know how I would have been perceived in the legal system if I did retaliate. Naturally, however, I was scared, so I called for the police, and thankfully, they were very helpful in guiding me through the process, which I am very grateful for. 4. To the person that claimed I was a narcissist and defended my ex's actions, in Kiel the assault, that was weird. I'm sorry you have had to deal with a narcissistic ex yourself, I really am, but I'm a bit bewildered as to how you arrived at the conclusions that you did. Hey guys, Dante here. I'm the creator behind StoryHub. Some of you may know that I love reading these crazy comments, so I wanted to find this one. Unfortunately, I think it was deleted, but this is the most interesting one I could find. I hope you enjoy it. You didn't handle this well either. She told you she was breaking up with you, so she intended to leave peacefully, but instead of accepting the breakup, you went on a mission to find out if she was cheating and read her private messages to get dirt on her. We see people here reading their boyfriend's texts because they want to know if he's cheating or whatever, but you went and read the text messages of a person who had already broken up with you. The relationship was already over. What were you trying to accomplish by reading her messages? You can't dump someone for cheating on you if they've already dumped you. So you were frantically invading the privacy of your ex-partner in order to get the closure you needed, because you thought it would be easier for you to move on if you could get proof that she cheated. But I don't think anything gives you the right to read another person's messages. Unless you're a police officer with a warrant. You were just a disgruntled ex-lover, and what your disgruntled actions created a dangerous situation where somebody could have been hurt. I think what you did was wrong. You should apologize and say you had no right to go read her messages and you should have just accepted the breakup. But since it already escalated to violence in courts, then no, you can't meet her to apologize. Okay, now back to the update. After reading through all of your comments and consulting some of my friends as well, I decided to text Al to let him know that I wasn't interested in clearing the air with my ex. It read as follows: Hey Al, I hope you've been well. I just wanted to let you know that I do not wish to make contact with my ex again. I feel as though I have already gotten my closure and have moved on with my life, and mentally and physically I've been doing a lot better now that I am out of the relationship. So I do not want to risk undoing the work I've done to get back on my feet by meeting up with her. I do not believe she is reaching out for my benefit, and I simply do not trust her or feel comfortable being around her. Ultimately, I do not believe meeting up with her to clear the air will have any use for me. For myself, I do not think there is any air to clear, and I am comfortable with where I am at currently, so I do not want to risk it. She is more than welcome to find closure and clear the air on our relationship. However, it is not my responsibility to help her do that, nor do I owe her as much. To his credit, he completely understood where I was coming from and said that if I was satisfied and didn't feel a need to reach out, then I should just enjoy myself and do what makes me feel best. As to how I've been going since the ordeal, I've personally been doing really well. Apart from this last request, my ex is slowly but surely fading in the rear view. Blocking her from the day she assaulted me has really helped with that. I've been reconnecting with friends again, keeping myself busy with work and uni, and I've started going to the gym consistently. Mentally, as I stated previously, I've been feeling a lot better than I have for the past few months, and I'm loving life again. I'm comfortable with being single again, which was something I didn't possible during the last few weeks of my relationship, funnily enough. And I probably won't start anything serious for the foreseeable future, which I'm okay with. Thank you again for all your help. I appreciate you guys so much. Comment 1. Good for you, man. She sounded like a person who feels guilt and selfishly thought she could unburden her guilt under the guise of helping you get closure. More people need to be like you and realize that closure doesn't come from someone else. Instead, you give it to yourself. You have healed yourself. You have accepted what happened. You have moved on and found a better life on your own. Good luck in life. Comment 2. Honestly proud of you, bro. One of the most mature and respectful posts I've seen about something like this, even more so since we have quite a bit of context. NTAH by a long shot. I'm glad you're doing better and that it hasn't turned you cold inside. Sincerely hope everything keeps looking up for you. Good luck in life, friend. Comment 3. NTA. You've handled this situation with maturity and self-awareness. You recognize that your ex's offer to clear the air was likely not genuine and could potentially disrupt the progress you've made in moving on. Closure comes from within, and you've already taken the steps to find that closure and heal on your own terms. It's important to prioritize your well-being and mental health, and it's clear that engaging with your ex would not serve that purpose. Keep focusing on your own growth and happiness, and continue surrounding yourself with positive influences. You're on the right path. Now, for the next story. Was I the idiot for telling my girlfriend she's being controlling? I, 22M, have been dating my girlfriend, 22F, for around 5 months now. I'd say it's getting pretty serious, but a few things have given me the wrong impression and came across as a red flag. The first thing was her reaction to photos. If I took a photo she was unhappy with, she'd grab my phone and delete it. If I did have a photo she didn't like and sent her it, she'd give me the silent treatment until she was certain I deleted it. However, anytime I ask her to delete ugly photos of me, she'll say no and say they are funny. She'll post them on her Snapchat story or constantly send them to me. When I do get annoyed over this, she'll tell me it's a joke and I should lighten up. Second is her attitude towards my phone. She has little hesitation grabbing my phone and going through my messages and photos. If I ever even pick up her phone to check the time, she'll flip out and tell me to put it down as I shouldn't be on her phone. Thirdly is her attitude towards my own money. This one truly pissed me off. Prior to even meeting my girlfriend, I'd attend football games or buy video games. I wouldn't waste my wage on these things, but would treat myself occasionally. I told her there's a game I want to go to a few days before we have plans to go clubbing, to which she said I should be saving my money to go out with her and that she's more important than a football game and that it's my fault we had to delay this date. My car required repairs, which most of this month's wage went on. When I pointed out I can afford both and will be going to the game, she gave me the silent treatment again. The last two are the big ones that have truly pissed me off to the extent I've debated ending the relationship. The first was us discussing marriage. We had been drinking and got onto this topic. She asked if I had a dream wedding, to which I said no, but I want to wear a kilt. She laughed and said, "You could wear a kilt to my wedding as a guest. If you're wanting to marry me, I want you in a white suit." The second was us discussing kids. This chat happened early on as I can't biologically have kids and don't hide this fact. She assured me that was fine and she'd be happy going another route. but later told me that the kids would have her surname as she's already picked her baby names and my surname won't suit them. I mentioned how I'd feel I'd have no tie to the kids that way and more like a stepfather than their father, to which she laughed and said if we ever broke up, she'd be more likely to get full custody. So, Wibta for telling her she's controlling. Edit. Writing this post and the comments have really opened my eyes. I'm not happy in the relationship and she's not what I'm looking for in a girlfriend. I'm ending things on Friday. Thanks for all the supportive comments. There's no update, so here's a few comments. Comment 1. Dude, read your post out loud to yourself, slap yourself, read it again, and block this lunatic before you get stuck with her. Then the original poster responded with, honestly, typing it all out made me realize this. I'm ending it. I can't see a future where things like my own money are dictated. Then another commenter responded with, be sure you're not alone with her when you break it off, or have your phone set to record. She sounds like the type to accuse you of abuse if she doesn't get her way, or go apeshit and start throwing punches or plates when she's dumped. Then the original poster responded with, oh, I plan to do it somewhere public. Going by the comments, I'm going to blame myself instead of telling her the truth in case she freaks out. Comment 2. She pouts if you won't delete photos she doesn't like, but refuses to do the same for you. She feels entitled to go through your phone but won't let you touch yours. She tells you what you can and can't spend money on. Why exactly are you with her? NTA. Then the original poster responded with, I have no idea why I'm with her. Comment 3. She's not your girlfriend, she's your bully. Dump her. This is way too much. She can go to therapy on her own time while you hang out with someone who actually likes you, because it doesn't sound like she does. If you like this video, you'll probably like these too. Also, while you're here, please consider subscribing. It's your support that keeps this channel alive and allows me to make better and longer videos. Have a great day.